This is your Sports Boys, and we have another podcast for you. Today we will be doing our NBA playoff predictions. Using the bracket from ESPN. We got River and Hayes here to help me with that today. Want to say hi?
Hello.
Hayes, what about you?
Hello.
Okay, so now we've got the Bucks, and they're going to be playing either Miami, Toronto, or Chicago. Me personally, I got the Bucks versus any of those teams. What about you guys?
Yeah, I got the Bucks.
What about you, River?
Bucks.
Okay, all of us got the Milwaukee Bucks for that matchup. Okay, next matchup is the Cavaliers versus the Knicks. I got the Cavaliers on this one. What about you guys?
I got the Knicks. Cavs.
Okay, so 2 Cavs, 1 Knicks. Okay, now for the next matchup, we got the 76ers versus the Nets. I have the 76ers.
I got the Knicks. I got the Sixers.
I think that either of those teams could win, but I've got the 76ers on that one. All right, next matchup we have is the Celtics and the Hawks. I have the Celtics on this one.
Easy, Celtics. Celtics all the way.
When you say all the way, do you mean all the way to the finals?
No, just this time.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, now we're going to the conference semifinals for the East. And it's the Bucks versus the Cavaliers. I've got the Bucks again.
I've got the Cavaliers. I got the Cavaliers.
So what you're telling me is you think Donovan Mitchell is going to carry?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, since I'm a Jazz fan, I'm kind of a fan of him carrying the Cavs all the way. Okay, now the next matchup is 76ers versus the Celtics. I've got the Celtics.
I've also got the Celtics. I have the Sixers.
Bro, you think Harden's going to take them all the way?
Yes, and Embiid. Harden has been good in his career on the playoffs.
Also, like you said, Joel Embiid, he does great in the playoffs too, so I see your point there. Now for the conference finals, we have in here on our bracket the Cavaliers versus the Celtics. I've got the Celtics again.
I got the Cavs. I got the Celtics.
The way that we determine who moves on in the bracket is the majority, like if Hayes and River both picked the Cavs, which they did, then that means they won over the Bucks, even though I picked the Bucks, just so you guys know. Now we are going to be predicting who's going to win in the Western Conference. Starting off with the matchup with the Nuggets and either Minnesota, OKC, or New Orleans. I've got the Nuggets over any of those teams.
I got the Timberwolves.
Only because you're a fan of the Timberwolves.
I got OKC.
We did a random number generator, and we determined that the Nuggets win that because one of us picked the Nuggets, one of us picked OKC, and one of us picked Minnesota. Okay, now for our next matchup, it's the Suns versus the Clippers. I've got the Suns.
I've got the Suns. KD and Devin Booker are a true force. I already got the Suns too.
Chris Paul's about to carry. Okay, now for the next matchup, we got Kings versus Warriors. I'm taking the Warriors. That's a no-brainer for me. Nobody in the West wants to play them, so.
I got the Kings. I got the Warriors because the Kings have never been to the playoffs in like 3 years.
Okay. That's a good reason, actually. Now we got our last matchup in the first round of the Western side of the bracket, and it's the Grizzlies and the Lakers. I've got the Grizzlies.
I got the Grizzlies. I also have the Grizzlies.
Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., they just be putting on shows all the time nowadays. Now moving on to the conference semifinals, we've got the Nuggets and the Suns. I'm going with the Suns.
I'm going with the Suns. I also got the Suns.
Kevin Durant makes the Suns way too overpowered not to pick them. Now for our next matchup, we got the Warriors and the Grizzlies. I've got the Warriors.
I also have the Warriors. Let's go. Next up will be the Suns and the Warriors. I have the Warriors.
Same with me.
I have the Suns.
The Warriors did it one time last year, so they can definitely do it again.
For the finals is the Celtics versus the Warriors. Just like last year.
I've got the Warriors.
I have the Celtics. I also have the Celtics. Jaylen Brown will carry. Don't forget about Jason Tatum, too.
Question for the day. How many points will the finals MVP score in the 2023 playoffs? I think it will be Jaylen Brown with 504.
I think it's going to be Steph Curry. And he will get 522 points over the entire playoffs.
I think Jason Tatum will be the finals MVP with 513 points throughout the whole NBA playoffs.
Okay, now we'll be picking the NBA 2023 awards.
Let's start off with MVP. I have Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I also have Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I have Nikola Jokic.
Oh, 3 times in a row, eh?
Yep.
Alrighty. Okay, now for Defensive Player of the Year. I got Walker Kessler.
I have Jaden McDaniels of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I have Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay, now for Rookie of the Year. I got Paulo Banchero.
I have J-Dub.
And I have Walker Kessler is a great asset for the Utah Jazz.
Now we will be predicting who will be the 6th Man of the Year. I got Tyrese Maxey.
I have Emmanuel Quickley.
Malcolm Brogdon is who I'm choosing.
Now we will be predicting the Most Improved Player. I have Lauri Markkanen.
I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I also have Lauri Markkanen.
And now we'll be predicting who will be the Coach of the Year. I have Will Hardy.
I have JB Bickerstaff.
I have Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns.
All right, if you made it to the end, this is your Sports Boys. Over and out.